We're going to do a meditation in a few moments that's going to rock your world. Chakra 5, throat, neck, shoulders, center of expression, where we manage our highest potential. My son Tyler is going to join us for the meditation today. And clearly the dog is always around with her checking out the situation. Okay, let's go live on Instagram. Okay. All right, we are live. It's time for yoga. My friends, welcome to Chakra 5 yoga class. I'm Alicia, coming to you from Denver, Colorado. And we'll start our practice with a meditation today. And actually I have my son Tyler, who's going to join us in the meditation. So I'll give you guys a few moments to settle in. We'll start with meditation, an opportunity to do a little bit of Om healing. If you're into that chanting, kirtan, bhakti yoga thing, and if not, you can just listen and receive. Then we'll move into our Chakra 5 flow, and then close our practice again with a little more chanting, because it's all about opening up our voice and our expression and communication to the world. So let's see, we'll get started in a few moments. So if you'd like to get your meditation cushion or block ready, we will start there in just a few. And welcome. All right, so let's begin by centering ourselves into our space and close eyes. We'll start with just a little bit of awareness of this chakra space that we're moving through today. So the epicenter of the 5th chakra, Vishuddha chakra, is right at your throat, your neck, and your shoulders. This area can also resonate right above the heart and up into the jawline, the mandible. So close your eyes and just start to bring awareness to this space. This is such an interesting space where we hold so much energy. I often say that we're holding the weight of the world on our shoulders here in such a small amount of space, and how powerful it can, the effect it can have on our lives. So just tuning in with a little bit of silence, a little bit of breath, some stillness, so you can just sort of assess what energy you're noticing around your neck, your throat, and your shoulders. Let's breathe. Open mouth exhales. Deep breath in. Try not to get distracted. Deep breath out. Inhale one more time. Fill all the way up. Hold at the top of that inhale. Hold and feel all that energy, all that prana. Open mouth, stick out your tongue, exhale. Good. And just sit here quietly, eyes closed, and take a few more moments to settle in. Sometimes it can take the entire 45 minutes to an hour on our mat just to become fully present. So notice where you're landing today. Being present is something that a lot of us have been focusing on or talking about right now. And I know it's been easier said than done for a lot of us. So as you're bringing awareness to the 5th chakra, Vishuddha chakra, start to connect to the color of blue. And see this color of blue moving in a circular pattern around your neck, your throat. And notice the color of blue. Is it light or dark? Does it shine bright, or is it a little dull or murky? And remember, there's no right or wrong here. You're truly being honest with what you're seeing or feeling in your mind's eye. And so some of us don't necessarily connect to the chakras through color, and that's okay if you don't. You can get a sense of feeling as you're breathing and feeling the movement of prana back into your throat, down into your lungs, out of your lungs, back out through your nose or your mouth. And as you are creating awareness around this space, the element that we connect to here is ether or infinity. This is the space where when you're balanced, you become the communicator. You easily express yourself and your ideas into the world around you, and it's where you manage your highest potential. And that's going to be our primary focus for our movement today, to open ourselves up to our highest potential. It's so powerful when we get to speak our truth. And not only speaking the truth, but truly being heard. When we're imbalanced in Vishuddha chakra, you may feel like this silent child. And either you are not sure how to express yourself, or you just haven't developed the words or the ability to eloquently communicate. And it may be that today is about finding that truth. There's always an obstacle in every chakra. The obstacle that we're moving through today is lies. This is truly about speaking our truth. Let's breathe in and breathe out. Drop your chin to your chest. Roll your shoulders back a little bit, and then invite left ear to left shoulder. Eyes are closed, chin to chest, right ear to right shoulder, and just sort of move some space through the neck and the shoulders a little bit more. And we'll open our practice in just a few moments with 3 rolling ohms. So ohm is the sound of A, U, M, and then silence between. And if you have never ohmed before, what a wonderful space for you to try it on for the first time, or maybe it's been a while, or maybe you ohm every day and you're just super excited to do it again. It is the vibration, the universal sound that it connects us all together, and it actually opens up our 7th chakra. So it's a really beautiful way to manage your pure potential up to the 7th chakra, which is the surrender of joy. So either listen in or join in, and you'll just ohm as long as you can and want until you go right into the next one. 3 ohms. Let's breathe in. Just a big exhale here. Ha. Inhale. Let out your exhale. Bow chin to chest and take a moment to set intention for your practice. When you're ready, we'll come to a seat Dandasana and move into our moving practice. Thank you, Tyler, for joining us for the meditation.
I'm going to see if I can take Scout with us.
And he's going to try to take
Scout
with him. All right, so let's move into Vinyasa. We're going to start with Dandasana, and this is going to move into a Kriya to help open up the throat chakra. So we'll be doing a couple different interesting things in the practice today to really stretch ourselves in this space. We're not necessarily constricted to opening up this chakra just in the neck, the throat, and the shoulders. It's a total vibration of the body and mind. So for this first Kriya, or energy mover, to really open up the throat, Dandasana with a gentle lean back. So palms behind you, elbows bend. And then just lean back, lifting up your chest, but you're starting to feel already the sensation in the front of your neck. Maybe you feel it in the back of your head. You might start to feel it in your jaw. You'll just notice. We're going to be here for quite some time. I try not to get too attached to how long from the ego of the mind. Just maybe it's about shifting into, I'm so lucky that I get to be in this space. No matter how long I'm here, how easy or challenging it may be, this is exactly where I'm supposed to be. And anytime that you feel the calling to offer an open mouth exhale, do so. To really clear your throat, to unlock any blocked energy that can sometimes become lies, that sometimes prevent us from speaking our truth, where we feel tension in the face or the jaw or the neck. To unlock that energy, sticking out your tongue with your exhales is really helpful to cleanse, to purify. We're about 1/3 of the way through here, so check in and notice how are you landing in your seat? Is there something you could shift or do differently to make this more accessible? One thing I encourage is engagement of core, so really feel your navel pulling down and back. Maybe a slight bend in the knees to activate the quads, and then lean back a little bit more, elbows squeeze in behind you. Triceps are working hard for you here, and then spread your collarbones away from one another, create more space. You continue to breathe. And then check in as we're 2/3 of the way now. Can you sit a little bit taller, as if someone has just placed their hand behind your heart and they're gently lifting you up? Can you lean back a little bit more, finding a space of vulnerability, maybe a little quiver, a little shake in the body? Go there. You're not yet feeling that, find it. And then notice your chest. Check in with the energy around your throat, your neck, your shoulders. 10 more breaths just for you. Keep going, keep breathing. We have about 5 more breaths here. If you'd like to offer the invocation, the bija sound of this chakra is hum, H-U-M, so you could actually say it out loud as you exhale, hum, hum, hum. Last few breaths. And gently bringing yourself to sit tall, head over your heart, hands to your heart. Breathe in, fold over your legs as you exhale. Notice this shift now as we move into an opposite stretch. What can you suddenly soften around this space? Start to really bring in a lot more movement and awareness. So cross your legs, roll over your knees. We'll come to tabletop for a few breaths here. And I'm going to modify the tabletop option today and have you actually come down to your forearms. You can make a you can make a point with your hands. I don't know where capital came from. I think I was thinking capital A, and A for Alicia apparently. So blade of your forearms down, hug shoulders onto your back, and emphasize this movement in your throat, neck, and shoulders. So right away we start to pull chin to throat, pull navel up and in, push down into your forearms, and then lower the belly like you're pulling your mat towards you. Slide the heart forward, shoulders back, chin away from throat. And then do that a couple more times. See how this changes your cat-cow movements. There's a lot more emphasis in the upper body. That's where we'd like this focus to be right now. One more time, we inhale to our modified cow pose. Exhale, tuck and curl. Come back into tabletop and we'll roll right into downward facing dog. Lift your hips up and back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. And then take a moment to settle into your down dog. Find a few breaths. And Ujjayi breath, if you need to bring in a little bit more heat, seal your lips. You're breathing just through your nose with that very humidified, I will say aromatic breath, that you can feel the energy of that breath fertilizing your practice, like bringing your practice to life. Open mouth exhales. If you're feeling stuck energy, let it go. Stick out your tongue. Good. All right, so let's inhale, lift your right leg up and back. Exhale, just one time, knee to your nose. Pull your thigh towards your chest. Breath in, stay here. Plant into a low lunge, heeled in toes. Inhale, we rise to a crescent lunge. Exhale, come to standing mountain pose, lower the arms. Good. Inhale, reach arms high, mountain pose. Back bend or lat pull. So if you're doing a back bend today, bend the knees a lot. Pull your shoulders down onto your back, and then inhale, stand nice and tall, reach up, hinge at your hips forward, fold with a steeple grip, bow. Inhale, lengthen, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Step the left foot back, low lunge. We move into crescent moon this time, just one time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, plant your palms, step back, high plank. Deep breath in here. Lower all the way down to your belly as you exhale. Inhale, cobra pose, Bhujangasana. Breath, pull the front of your throat to the back of your throat. And then exhale, release. Now your choice, you can push yourself into high plank. You can push yourself into tabletop. We come right back to downward facing dog. Let's try the left side. Inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, knee towards your nose, slow movement. Thigh towards chest, rolling forward. Slowly land, heel to toe. Low lunge, rise up, crescent lunge, inhale. We come to standing Shavasana, exhale, lower the arms. Inhale, reach up, mountain pose. Exhale, little bend of the knees if you're taking your back bend, otherwise just shrug shoulders. Inhale, reach up, palms touch a steeple grip. Biceps in line with ears, shift your booty back. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Halfway lift, lengthen, lift the heart. And exhale, step the right foot back, low lunge. Back knee down, inhale, crescent moon. And exhale, plant the palms, high plank. Use the core to send your left leg back. Breathe in, lower all the way down, breathe out. Cobra pose is the inhale. Exhale, release. Your transition, tabletop or plank, breath in. Downward facing dog, breath out. Inhale, right leg up and back. Exhale, low lunge. Crescent lunge, inhale, reach. Standing mountain Shavasana, exhale. Inhale, rise up, mountain pose. Exhale, open up. Inhale, reach up, palms touch, steeple grip. Exhale, long spine, fold forward, hinge at your hips. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, we're just going to plant the palms and step back, high plank. Now your choice is to do cobra here or take chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Nice and easy, Sunny. Inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, low lunge. Crescent lunge, rise. Standing Shavasana, exhale, toes touch. Inhale, open arms up high. Exhale, heart lifts, throat opens up. Inhale, reach, steeple grip, palms touch. Slide shoulders back as you exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale, step back, high plank. Moving through your vinyasa, which is either chaturanga or cobra, we come up. We exhale, downward dog. Let's continue this flow. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, rise, crescent. Exhale, come to standing. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, open up. Inhale, reach, palms touch. Steeple grip, fold forward. Lengthen spine, halfway lift. Exhale, maybe it's a jump back, chaturanga. Inhale up. Exhale back. Start to flow on your own pace. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, rise. Exhale, step. Opening up to mountain, so good. Rise to your highest potential. Exhale, open up, let something go. Ha. Inhale, reach, palms touch. Exhale, steeple grip, forward fold, Uttanasana. Halfway lift, lengthening. Exhale, your movement back through your vinyasa. Back to downward facing dog. We flow, let's keep going. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, step through. Start to move a little bit faster or slower with your flow here. If you'd like, come to standing. I'll continue to guide you through this at my pace, but know that this is where you really start to reach into your practice and open up to your potential by being expressive, by moving through the pace that you need, by adding or subtracting anything you'd like to your Surya Namaskar A. Salute to the sun. Inhale. Halfway lift is where I'm at. Making my way back to my chaturanga as I exhale. Inhale up. On coming back to down dog. We flow. Left leg up. Inhale. Low lunge. Strong through the core. Exhale. Crescent. Inhale. Come to standing. Mindful movement as you exhale. Reaching highest potential. Breath in. Ability to speak your truth. Open your mouth. Stick out your tongue. Exhale. Ha. Inhale. Reach. Exhale. Bow. Half lift. Breath in. Exhale. Vinyasa through. Inhale up. Exhale back. Yogis, we're going to continue that. Keep on going. Extended sun A. This is an energy kriya that's going to help you exercise the 5th chakra. Keep moving through your sun A. Decide if you'd like to add or subtract anything to it that can help you release tension, any blockages from your throat, from your tongue, from your neck, from your shoulders. Breathing through your movement. We're at a halfway lift. Then your choice. Back through. Inhale up. Exhale dog. I'm going to pick up my pace. We're going to keep moving through this. Inhale, rise to crescent. Exhale, standing shavasana. Inhale, rise mountain. Exhale, opening up a deeper back bend. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Lengthen halfway. Jumping through chaturanga or dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Keep going, keep breathing. I'm going to adjust my mat here. Keep flowing. Sun A. We're going to end up doing this about 26 times. So right away, notice if you're attaching to anything with that thought. Let that thought go. Come back into that energy of, I'm so lucky and grateful to be here in this space right now. Stay with your breath. We'll keep flowing. Coming back through. We're probably ready for the left leg now. Inhale. Exhale. Stay in your own pace though. Be where you are. If you need to take a break in your down dog or child's pose, that's okay. You're honoring what's coming up for you. You're honoring if you can maybe push or excel yourself a little bit more or need to drop back. That's honoring your truth. I'm on my right leg, starting to move continuously through our sun A. Exhale. Breath and movement together. That's the vinyasa. Placing your breath in a very special way into your body, into your movement. Shh. I'll give you a checkpoint. Get lost in the practice here. Forget for a moment that this is even happening on social media. And we're all in this together, connecting to some other form of humanity, of life in our flow. Whether you're doing this now or later, we're here together. Breathe. Keep flowing, don't think about it. Now we start to get lost in the movement. We start to make sense of things off the mat, here on the mat. I'm here with you, yogis. Stay connected, stay threaded. Keep going. I'd say we're probably 2/3 of the way through. So again, just checking in with that moment. Seeing what's starting to loosen or build strong around your center. Speaking your truth. Taking some weight of the world off of your chest, off of your shoulders. If you've been doing some chaturangas, you're starting to feel that. Maybe you move into cobra instead. You can always just be in plank. Come back to down dog when you're ready. You can also take out some of the back bending if you're feeling that in your low back more. Pull your navel to your spine. Keep going. Let's pick up the pace in these final few. Shh. Shh. Get really expressive in your breath. You can think about how many more of these you have to do, or you can think to yourself, how many more do I get to do? I hope that this moment never ends, because never have you been more present. I'm starting to build into my last few here. We're slowing things down. We're rounding out our 26 sun A's. Last one for me, left leg up and back. You feel like you still have some more? Keep going. Let's come back to down dog. Take a few moments here together. You can always come to child's pose. Shake head yes and no a few times. Check back in with your breathing. Some open mouth exhales. Ha. I'm going to do a quick check on media, making sure everything's okay. Hi all, thank you so much for joining the practice. Let's move into flow a little bit more. All right, so come down to your tabletop. So we started our cat-cows on our forearms. If that felt pretty good to you, you want to do another set. Otherwise, this time we'll do traditional cat-cows. Palms shoulder width apart, knees hip width apart. Lower the belly, bend the elbows, lift your gaze. Now think about this movement originating from your throat, from your neck, okay? It's easy to feel it in the hips or the core, but start to feel like this fifth chakra is in charge of the situation, because it is. This chakra is time to shine, so just feel the movement coming from this part of your body. We'll take a couple more of these cat-cow stretches. Come to neutral spine. Let's bring your knees at least 2 fist distance apart. You can also bring a block between your thighs. We'll just move into a baby camel pose. So not full expression, although you might be ready for it. We'll get back to this a little later in the practice. So keeping your shoulders stacked over your hips. I like to always imagine that there's a wall that you're pressing your hips up against, and you can rest your hands at the top of your glutes or at your hip creases. Take a breath in, and then as we exhale, I like to walk my gaze across the floor, up the wall. I pause a moment where the ceiling and the wall meet. Shift the hip bones forward. If there's a block there, squeeze the block. Check in with low back. Make sure that you're not kinked in the back of your neck. And then start to open up. So baby camel, you're just leaning back a little bit. To even modify this even more, you could bring hands to your chest and feel your thumbs press into your sternum and to the thymus, and then start to feel a little tension, get release. Pop, 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 pop. Big inhale. Just one, open mouth, stick out your tongue, exhale. And just gently bring your head back over your shoulders, fingertips reach to a steeple grip. We take little side body stretches, one more each side. Release, block to the side, sit your hips on your heels for just a moment. Hands to your chest or to your shoulders, just to take a moment and check in. You can even do a nice little shoulder massage at the trapezius, back of the ears, maybe down the sides of the neck, little gentle pulses. We'll do a reverse tuck and curl. So palms to the mat, hips off your heels, tuck your toes, and then walk your hands towards you to pull your thighs towards your chest. Squeeze your legs with your arms. Pull chin to throat and then forehead to your knee. Breathe in. Exhale, breathe out. Lower back to the mat. High plank if you want to take a vinyasa in case you haven't had enough. You can come through chaturanga or cobra. We meet in downward facing dog. So we've opened up sun B, we're gonna move into opened up sun A, we're gonna move into sun B. Let's take a breath here together. And exhale, ha. Inhale, right leg up and back. Exhale, low lunge. So we're so awesome at crescent lunge now. Let's rise up and take a moment to shift into it with a little more awareness. So maybe hands to your hips, maybe back knee bends a little bit. Lifting the heel and balancing even weight distribution in your back foot. So sometimes that means actually coming away from your big toe mound a little bit. It's a small little shift and then you'll feel your inner thigh working a little bit more. Good. From our crescent lunge, we inhale, open up, warrior two, exhale. Take a moment, breathe in, settle in. Exhale, ha. Reverse up and back. You can take a half bind or full bind here. We breathe. And then exhale, extended side angle. Half bind or no bind. So you can just tee out the arms or rotate in the shoulder and bring your left bicep towards your ear. A little bit more oblique work that way. Let's add on one more reverse triangle we'll add in. So don't lock the knee, reach up, tilt back a little bit. Rebend the knee as you come down. Step back high to mid-plank or cobra pose, your vinyasa. Inhale, lifting and opening up the throat. Exhale, down dog. So nice and easy, sun B. Inhale, lift your left leg up and back. Exhale, low lunge. Rise up to your crescent and then pause. Be present with it for a moment. Making any little shifts or adjustments in your posture. Inhaling into Anjaneyasana. Exhaling, warrior two, you open up. Take a breath in here. Settle as you exhale. We go back, reverse. Inhale. Let's see here. Let's bring the forearm to the low back. And then if you want a full bind, you can take that. Exhale, extended side angle, half bind or no bind. So either reaching hands to 6 and 12, or rotating through the top shoulder from your back heel to your fingertips, one line of energy. Reverse triangle, so we're adding on a little bit here, up and back. Exhale, rebend the knee, flow out, flow low, step through. Downward facing dog. We'll flow that again together one more time. As you're stepping into your pure potential, you have an opportunity to be creative and expressive in this chakra. So by all means, incorporate your own movements, variations into the flow, or stay with me. We go together, right leg up and back on the inhale, low lunge, exhale. Root to rise, crescent lunge, breath in. Exhale, fierce warrior two. Up and back, reverse, inhale. Exhale, lengthen, get a little bit lower, extended side. Reverse triangle, up and back. Rebend the knee as you come down to your lunge and you move through. Maybe it's ekapada now, right leg lifted. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, low lunge. Now, make sure you're lifting from your core, not from your neck. Breathe in. Exhale, warrior two, breathe out. Reverse, up and back. Let your neck and shoulders be at ease as you exhale, extended side angle. The core needs to turn on here. Reverse triangle, up and back. Rebending your front knee, flow through. Ekapada, if you want to try it, use the core, send your left heel up and back. Keep it lifted as you lower. Upward dog. Downward facing dog. Hold here for a few moments or come down to dolphin. Dolphin, use forearms to the mat. You can make that point with your hands as long as you're not squeezing a lot of tension in your hands or your fists. And then start to shorten your stance as you walk your toes towards your face. And keep lifting onto the tips of your toes till you feel that point where you might roll over and do a somersault. Find that edge, breathe. Shh. Child's pose is also a good place to be. We'll be there together in a few moments. 2 and 1. Walk back a little bit, drop your knees. Actually, let's do Anahata Asana instead. So keep your hips lifted off your heels. Stretch your arms out in front of you. If you have a block, even better. Block in front of you, melt your chest. Big throat opener here. Exhale, let some stagnant go. Stay here to be active, or you can coil back into child's pose. And something that can be really lovely is placing your forehead on your block, bringing your elbows towards your knees, or bend your elbows, hands behind the nape of your neck. And take a few more breaths here, yogis, as I check the time. Beautiful. Give yourself one more open mouth. Maybe stick out your tongue. Maybe say hum as you exhale. Rise up. We'll come back to downward facing dog. Moving right along with our flow. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Ha. Let's add in a little twist in our down dog. So you're actually going to shorten your stance and walk your hands towards you or your feet towards you. Take your left hand outside your right ankle. Grip here as you drop your head looking under your right underarm and push into the right palm even more. It's okay to bend the knees. Just feel that nice stretch in the back side of the body. Breathe. And then change sides. Right hand outside, left ankle. Push into the left palm. Feel that twist from belly button up. Gaze under your left underarm. Good. Walk back to your downward facing dog. Let's inhale, right leg up and back. Exhale, low lunge. Coming back to our crescent, inhale, reach, highest potential. Exhale, hands at your heart. Now, take a moment here. You can bend the back knee a little bit. We want to shift shoulders right over the hips. We're creating a lot of space in this front hip crease, the front side body. So breathing in, as you hinge forward, pull the right hip back. Exhale, revolve, crescent lunge, hook elbow outside thighs, palms touch. Bringing your heart towards your thumbs towards your heart. Breathe. Inhale is length. Exhale is the twist. Shh. 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 2 more. Shh. Check in with shoulders. Pull them back away from your ears. Exhale. Now, open up the arms. We're going to move into a vertical crescent lunge. Start to push down into the earth. Rise. Opening up the arms. Vertical twist. So good. Exalted is next, or stay here. Hand to low back. Reach up through the left fingertips. Maybe even an archer's bind here. We'll hang out for a few breaths. Open up the front and the back, the sides, all the parts of the throat here. Shh. Shh. So much expression happening. Woo. Good. Take a moment. Come out of your exalted. Rise up to crescent lunge. Exhale, open up warrior 2. We'll rise up to star pose, shortened stance. Toe heel feet in, steeple grip over the crown of your head. Pivot forward on your heels. We want our feet in their own train tracks. Breathe in, reach. Biceps stay in line with the ears. Now, there's a lot happening here. Move slowly. As you hinge at your hips, you're creating opposition. Tailbone is stretching back as you're reaching through your steeple grip. Right kneecap is a little soft, so it's stretching up to the right hip crease. And then you fold over your leg. Find that connection point of bringing your kneecap towards the top of your nose so you get that compression in your throat, Jalabandha. We're here to breathe. Recreate your steeple grip. Engage your core. Slow rise, bicep in line with ears. Exhale, interlace hands behind you. So both heels are down to the mat. Let's toe heel the right foot out, create a little bit more space. You can stay right here and just open up. In fact, you can even bring hands to heart. You can be in warrior one. You can hang out here with your head resting in your hands, elbows out wide. That's lovely as well. If humble warrior is calling to you, we start to breathe. And then hinge at hips, bow forward, dive to the inside of your right leg. Reach your knuckles to the ceiling, drop your head. Now push back into your left heel a little bit more. Undig your toes from the mat. Now, notice what's happening around your face, your teeth, your tongue, your jaw. Horse lips here. If you are up, you'll slowly come down and meet us. Runner's lunge, you'll toe heel right foot out. You'll step back with your left foot, back knee down or lifted, and a few breaths here in our runner's lunge to decompress. Let's get that on the other side. Come back to runners, palms down, lift your back knee. Three-leg dog, kick your right heel up and back. Bend your knee, open up your hip here. Breathe here for a few moments. Pull the right shoulder down. Press into the L shape of your palms for stability. And then slowly come back to downward facing dog. Hopefully the right leg feels a little longer. Let's balance out. Inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, low lunge. Crescent rise up. And take a moment to shift into the pose. We bring hands at heart. Create space. We want all this openness in the throat, in the neck, and the shoulders here. Hinge at your hip. Create space in the left hip crease. Hook right elbow outside the thigh. Palms press as you twist, revolving crescent lunge to the left. Work with your breath. Inhale, length. Exhale, twist. 4 more breaths here. Check in and see how are you feeling around this space. Is there something you can clear? 2 more. 1 more. Open arms. Slow rise into your vertical crescent lunge. Take a moment. Be here. We're moving to exalted. Another opportunity to unblock anything that's stuck. You think about how many times that you've had to hold your tongue, that you've felt that tension in your jaw, in your face, in the back of your throat when you felt like you had something to say but you weren't being heard. You felt like that silent child, you couldn't express yourself. Or you think about those times where you have a verbal vomit where you say a lot of things and you don't really mean them. It's always interesting to learn what's happening in your life when that's going on. So either we're saying too much and not listening, we're not saying enough and not being heard. We're finding our perfect way to communicate to the world by first managing your highest potential. We start to come out of our variations of either exalted or vertical crescent lunge, and then inhale. Open up warrior 2 as you exhale. We rise up, star, just for the transition. Palms touch over the crown of your head. Shorten your stance, toe heel feet in. Pivot forward on your heels. You can go ahead and step and adjust. Wrap your steeple grip opposite, thumb on top. Wrap your fingers, extend your index fingers. Pull navel back, shoulders on the back, breathe in. And then exhale, lengthen, hinge, biceps in line with ears. A lot of core work here to slow your roll down to the earth. Once you feel the touch of your fingertips, you can frame your foot with your hands and then connect knee to the top of your nose and get that Jalabandha lock at the throat. Engage your steeple grip. Start to lift in harmony with your breath. Exhale, interlace hands, opposite grip. Again, you can stay here, hands at your heart, hands behind your head. Enjoy being in a standing back bend or humble warrior, toe heel left foot out. Dive to the inside of your left leg. Drop your head. Let your tongue move to the bottom of your mouth, which might feel different because it's the bottom jaw rather than the roof of your mouth since you're upside down. And soften the tip of your nose, the tips of your ears, the corners of your eyes. Let everything start to flow towards your throat. Maybe some horse lips here. If you are up, you'll start to come down and join us in runner's lunge. Palms down, grab the earth, let the earth grab you, and make those adjustments to step back. You think about some times when you have said something and you knew you weren't speaking your truth. It's okay to own that and say, you know, I don't know why I said that. Let me rephrase. Let me correct myself. Own that. Be authentic, that sometimes things just come out of our mouth. As a yoga teacher, I say the weirdest things all the time in class. Sometimes I cue poses and I'm like, that's not what I was planning to do. So sometimes I think it's our truth coming out and then we have to sit with it for a minute. And maybe it's a way of the body telling you, you've been holding back for too long, so everything just comes out. Sometimes we say too much because we're not putting enough emphasis thinking about what we're going to say before we say it. But oftentimes, because this chakra is so much about communication, it really is less about what we're saying and more about what we're doing to be present when people are communicating to us. Thinking about what they're saying instead of what we want to say back. When's it my turn to talk? Let's engage back into runner's lunge foundation. Use your core to lift your left heel up and back, three-leg dog. Bend your knee, open up your hip. You're upside down, a new perspective, a clean slate. Back through, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in and a big exhale. Lower to your knees. Now we'll move into our full peak camel. So block or no block. Second opportunity to try this on. All right, so shoulders stacked over your hips, hips forward as if they're pressed against an imaginary wall, and then supporting your low back with your hands however you'd like. You could even do a modification, which sometimes I don't know if modifications are really easier. They could be just different, you know, is to create a chest expansion line behind your low back, and that, like opens you up big time. All right, yogis, with your breath and your space, your time, start to move into camel Ustrasana. And this is where you're going to offer yourself 4 dynamic, open mouth, stick out your tongue exhales. 1 for you, 1 for someone that you want to send good energy or love to, 1 for your enemy, and 1 for the world. So on your own, when you're ready, feel like you need to breathe more, you keep breathing. You want to touch your hands back towards your heels. Be here as long as you need and want to and feel it. When you're ready, you'll just come out. Keep your head up. Keep your head above your heart. Sit your hips on your heels. Maybe tap your décolleté, sternum to get into any anxiety that might have come up for you. Close your eyes and then just settle in. Blink eyes open when you're ready. Set your hips to one side. Let's extend the legs out and roll onto our backs. If you have a block and want to bring it underneath your sacrum, this can be really awesome for some of the next stretches we're doing. If you don't have the block, don't have FOMO, it's fine. Hug your knees to your chest, figure 4. So I like right ankle on top of left thigh. And then what's happening here is as I bring my legs down towards me, right, gravity is helping to facilitate this deeper stretch of pushing the legs towards my chest. Breathe. And then change, left ankle, right thigh, bend your knees. And then we'll release into legs up the wall for a few moments. Roll out your ankles, point flex to the toes. And then release the block out from underneath you for just a moment. We're going to bring right palm underneath your right shoulder. Palm is going to be down. Bend your elbow, so roll over to the left, slide your hand behind your heart, closer to the right shoulder blade, called broken wing pose. And then your heart will rest on top of your palm. Palm is down. The back of your hand rests towards the back of your heart. There we go. And then shoulder is rotating naturally into its socket. Humerus joint is at ease. Elbows down to the floor. Legs can be bent or straight. And feel the back of your hand lifting your heart. Slowly drop your knees to the left, enough that you can feel your arms slide out from underneath you. And then other side. Left palm behind your heart, closer to the left shoulder blade. Take a moment to adjust and shift naturally so everything falls into place. Shoulder, elbow, hand, heart. Close eyes. Separate upper and bottom teeth, upper and bottom jaw. Let your jaw hang and exhale. Knees to the right, slide your left hand out from underneath you. And now we move into fish pose. So this one's super important. If you don't know it, I'm going to recommend that you watch first so that you're not straining your neck and causing any undue necessary challenge to the neck, especially all the work we've done to open and release. So for fish pose, bend your knees and then just walk your arms underneath the backside of your body. So similar to what we just did, except now your arms are stretched out. Palms are down, probably underneath your low back or booty. And then straighten the legs. And this might be as far as you go. Gaze is up to the ceiling. Do not move your head side to side. You can tilt your head back a little bit because we're opening up the throat here. If it feels good to move on, I always think of like rising from the dead. So bend the elbows into the floor. And then whoop, you just lift your chest. Gaze is up. Don't look to the side. Take a moment to walk your elbows in a little bit closer. And now you'll bring the top of your head to barely flirt with the floor. Like you can feel your hair touching the floor before you should feel your head. And this is just free flow, opening through Vishuddha chakra. You can say hum a few times, open mouth, stick out tongue, exhales. Let there be a vibration here. You can also kick out your legs, extend like a mermaid tail. We're here for 3. Shh. 2. Shh. 1. Shh. Lower legs. Now take a moment, soften the head just a little bit, pull your chin to your throat, rise up, lower, bend knees, slide arms out from underneath you. Woo! Okay, we're going to do that one more time, but on this next set, you're going to offer up your ability to speak your truth, something that you've been wanting to say, a secret that you have been holding on to, that it's time for it to come out of the vault. You want to confess your undying love for something or someone. You've been holding back telling somebody the truth, something that maybe you need to say, you just need to say it out loud, a change, a shift. This is the time to come into balance. Let your truth come out. You're possibly by yourself, a good place to be vulnerable. Put it out to the universe and then see what happens after this. Okay, here we go. Get yourself ready, arms down, palms underneath you. You might already be ready and going for it. You're going to say your truth out loud. Okay, I'm going to offer a little bit of truth to the world, something that maybe I just feel like I need to say openly, honestly. Okay, yeah. I was feeling my lips get a little tight, like, are you sure you're going to say that? But I don't even know what I'm going to say. I'm telling myself I'm going to say something. Here we go. So here we go. You say yours and I'll say mine. Except that I'm sharing mine openly with everybody. So I encourage you to do the same. Here we go. My truth is that somebody called me brave today. And that is not a word that I would have used to describe me as of recent. And with some changes that I've made in my life to really take ownership over my happiness, who I am, what I want, I am stepping into my truth, which is that I am strong and I am brave. And even through this transition where I might feel some struggle and discomfort, I can still inspire. And I say this not from a space of ego, but from a space of my soul. So I say it out loud so that I can receive this energy back, own it, and honor this about myself. Rising and then releasing. Hug knees into your chest. So release your soles of feet together, knees wide, hand to belly, hand to heart. We'll take a moment in Supta Baddha Konasana to recover. It might feel better for you to move into happy baby or legs up the wall. We'll be there in a few moments. From here, legs up the wall. This is a nice way to just drain energy and let it move out through the mouth. And if there's anything else you would like to feel or experience before closing your practice, we will close in a moment of silence. I will guide us through another meditation. And then bring us out of silence. I will be offering a little bit of chanting, which you can join in or receive by listening. So let's bring forehead to knees, curl into a tiny little ball, and exhale, release into Shavasana, surrendering to yourself, to the earth, to your truth. And as you are taking this moment to simmer down, just bring that color of blue back into your mind's eye, seeing it move in a circular pattern around your throat, your neck, and your shoulders. Noticing if there's been any shifts or changes here, the color of blue, the movement, the shade, maybe how you're feeling in this space. If you're feeling the urge to swallow, that's a sign that you're starting to purge some toxins, so honor that intention. You have the space of infinite energy or ether energy. This is where the Ida and Pingala channels meet and connect with Sushumna. They move beyond the throat and they end in the nostrils. Enjoy this stillness, this silence, as long as you'd like. And know that I will bring you into a space of receiving some kirtan energy. Bhakti yoga is devotional yoga. It's an expression of voice, of truth, of love. And also the sound of my dog drinking water for your Shavasana pleasure. stay as you'd like. If you'd like to come into a seat and then finish your practice, I'll be offering an opportunity to move through the bija sound of each of the chakras. I was thinking I should probably speak to this idea that the reason I'm focusing so much on chanting or kirtan is because it is the Vishuddha chakra, right? How we express ourselves to the world. And for me, this has been very powerful and healing, not just during these times, but of all times of practice on and off my mat. And it's a calling to be able to express my truth to the world and teach us how to get comfortable with what we're sharing out there. So the first chakra energy is bija sound is Lam, L-A-M. The second chakra bija sound is Vam, V-A-M. The third is Ram, R-A-M. The fourth is Yum, Y-U-M, heart space. The fifth is Hum, H-U-M. The sixth is Shum, S-H-U-M. And then the seventh is Om, with the sound of silence to follow. So Lam, Vam, Ram, Yum, Hum, Shum, Om. Okay. So I'll add in the harmonium and join in or listen. Those are the chakra bija sounds. I hope you enjoyed this practice of opening yourself up, managing your highest potential, and finding your voice to speak your truth in this world. Namaste.